Let's continue the story from our previous videos. After Galapagos Islands, we headed back to the mainland of Ecuador and spent 2 weeks taking it really easy in a cozy surf village called OLÓN. We decided not to make a proper vlog of that place as we didn't do much except enjoyed the waves and ate delicious food.
Taitaa olla tähän mennessä reissun paras pulla.
From Ecuador, we then continued to Argentina and more precisely to Buenos Aires, from where we took a flight with Flybondi to Puerto Iguaçu, a city that sits right next to one of the most impressive waterfalls of our planet. For this, we hadn't done much planning in advance, but we had reserved 3 full days for local exploration and 2 days for traveling there and back. We were lucky to have the most welcoming Airbnb host who walked us through all the needed steps to see the waterfalls. He also told us that the city is safe to walk around, so on the first evening we walked a kilometer or 2 to see the HITO Fronteras, the beautiful border of Argentina, Brazil and Paraguay. The next morning we headed to the local bus station and grabbed a ticket to Brazil. The border crossing was one of the fastest we have seen, and so we entered the Brazilian side. The same bus took us all the way to the national park entrance. The next couple of hours we spent immersing ourselves in the beauty of this natural wonder. We were amazed by the panoramic view of the falls. The walking trail itself was quite short, but allowed us to witness the waterfalls from both far and up close, and appreciate their sheer size and power. I have to mention though that the Brazilian side gets really crowded with both mosquitoes and especially people, but that's something we knew when getting there, so expectation management is important. It's very likely you have to line up for the best spots to take photos. Nevertheless, the waterfalls themselves are truly impressive on the Brazilian side. After the waterfalls, we continued the day in Parque das Aves, which according to themselves is currently the only institution in the world that focuses on the conservation of Atlantic Rainforest birds. It was worth visiting, while of course it's not the same as seeing these birds in the wild. On the Argentinian side, we spent 2 full days exploring the waterfalls and the surrounding areas. On both days, we took a local Rio Uruguay bus to the entrance and headed to the trails with the jungle train. Both the upper and lower circuit trails are wonderful to walk, and they both allowed us to get closer to the falls and see them from different angles. The lush greenery and diverse wildlife made the experience even more memorable. To mention a couple of animals, first of all, there are plenty of different types of birds. The coolest one we saw is the toucan. Also, there are lots of cute coatis walking around, trying to steal your snacks if you're not careful. They are fun to look at, but one should not feed or annoy them, as they can bite. On both Brazilian and Argentinian side, it's possible to take a boat that takes you very close to the waterfalls, yet we decided to skip those. If one is looking for more authentic feel of the Atlantic Rainforest, it's recommended to walk the MACUCO trail. It's like 7 kilometers round trip following a trail through the forest. It's possible to see pumas and jaguars there, so that's something to keep in mind when walking alone. The coolest part of the MACUCO trail was actually not the views and the waterfall in the end, but the moment when realizing that there is a family of monkeys jumping in the trees above you. When it comes to the Iguazú Falls, probably the most breathtaking place for us was the Devil's Throat, which is accessible via the jungle train and a short trail. We were mesmerized by the thundering sound and the mist that engulfed us as we stood there in awe. As a conclusion, it felt worth it to spend 3 full days exploring the Iguazú Falls. Less time would have meant too hectic schedule to see everything. We have fond memories of this place, as it was the last nature adventure during our half-a-year trip in South America. Thanks for watching.
Let's go.